The number one do for parish ministry is to find those things that give you life and energy and make sure you do those things. There will always be administration and paperwork and sermons to write and hymns to choose, and those things have to be done. But find the things you love doing and build them into your weekly routine as well.
Do mix with people outside church world. It's really important that you understand what the regular person in the street who doesn't go to church thinks about God and church. Otherwise, you won't know how to communicate with them, and you'll think that everyone in the world is like church people, and they're not.
Okay, the number one do for parish ministry is invest in your parish council. They're the people who make the decisions about how money is spent. They're there to be your counsel of advice. They're there to help you manage the church. And it's really important that they're on the same page that you are.
The number one do for parish ministry is to take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. This is your responsibility as a spiritual leader. This for me is all about being intentional about exercise, spiritual direction, family, and staying connected with my peers.
The number one do for all parish ministry is to take time for yourself to rest and to recharge your batteries. There will always be more work than you can do, and there will always be those who want to minimise your need for rest and suggest that you don't really need it. But don't get to that point where you start justifying not taking days off or not taking leave. I've been in that space, and the result of 4 weeks without a day off isn't pretty.
The number one do for parish ministry is, I think, to try and take people with you. You don't have to pray all on your own. You don't have to solve strategy all on your own. You don't have to fill rosters on your own. You don't have to pick hymns on your own.
And the biggest don't is don't spend all of your time in your study at your desk. Get out, be seen, find a local cafe for your morning coffee and morning prayer. Make yourself known in the community where you are.
My big don't is don't try and preach or share the news of Jesus if you're not taking care of yourself. Wash your hair, wash your clothes, dress neatly. I know that seems like a no-brainer, but it's really important that you know that nobody's going to listen to you talk to them about Jesus if they're distracted by the food in your teeth or the stain on your t-shirt. It's not going to happen.
The number one don't in ministry is thinking that it all hangs on you. If it goes bad, it's your fault. If someone leaves, it's your failure. If a service was flat, it was your bad preparation. If it works, it's all your success. Friends, the job of being the Messiah of your church is already taken. That's not the job you've got. That belongs to Jesus. You be their priest. Don't try to be their Messiah.
The biggest don't be afraid to ask for help or of using the no word. These are two things that I have to work at daily because I have a natural tendency to do the opposite.
And the biggest don't is to not let yourself get into space where you feel alone or isolated. Make sure you have a group of clergy that you trust and that you can talk to, and do that regularly. Make sure you have a spiritual director and a supervisor. You are not in this ministry alone, and there are plenty of us around who are happy to be a listening ear when you need it.
And the biggest don't is not talking to someone when things go wrong. Ministry in the 21st century in Australia is not easy. At times we will all make mistakes, and having someone to confess to and to seek help from is, I believe, vital.